Hi guys, welcome to our first audio episode of Spotlight. Today we're here with the UK's leading authority on Asian rap culture, Lex Jones of Lex's Asian Rap World. So we're going to find out a bit more about the man behind the brand, as well as his thoughts and insights of the Hallyu wave and all things K. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you do?
Zup zup. What's up? My name's Lex Jones. I'm from Lex's Asian Rap World. Essentially, I cover all of the best and brightest of Japanese and Korean hip-hop culture. We've interviewed, Ko, Sike, Owen Overdose, Vasco, Black Knight, and the list goes on. Essentially, I'm just mad passionate about the whole culture, and I guess I started off because... I was always aware that there was like dope shit popping off in Asia, like from when I was a kid or whatever. I saw really dope dancehall videos and stuff going on in Japan specifically, and because like my auntie and uncle were involved in a really influential pirate radio station, and my auntie actually worked for BBC.
Oh right, okay. She
went over and worked in Japan. So I've kind of always been kind of aware of what was popping in Asia, and then in more recent times, I guess I kind of, for a minute, I got kind of, the whole K-pop thing kind of reminded me of what dope was going on in Asia, and then pretty soon I found myself just wanting to really document what was happening on the hip-hop side.
Okay. Right, so what do you actually enjoy the most? Korean music, the culture, or maybe the community?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think the community is definitely one of the sickest things about the whole movement, because you find such an incredible diverse mix of people from all walks of life who look different, come from different cultures, different ages, who all gather together for their appreciation of all things Hallyu, really. And I think that there is just something so rich about Korean pop culture. It really does seem to really draw people in. As I said, obviously I concentrate more on the rap side, but from the dramas to the actual movies, Korea is really an entertainment hub of the world at the moment.
It's its own world, really.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a look through Asia, the Korea basically sets the tone as for what entertainment is across like China, Japan, everywhere, man. All of Southeast Asia, like there's stars everywhere. These K-drama stars are stars all over the gaff.
So what grasped your attention the most, would you say, and how long would you say you've been involved? So kind of what was the first thing related to K-pop that you saw that grasped your attention and had you hooked and intrigued?
Do you know what? The first thing that I saw, which was mad. I remember seeing that really grabbed my attention was like that G-Dragon video. I think it's Who Are You?
Who Are You, when he's in the box and all the fans.
When he's in the box.
Yeah.
Yo, that video was hard. Like, I just remember watching it, the way he danced, the how excitable the fans were, just the whole concept of it and the actual production values, like how well it was shot, was just mesmerizing to me. So I think after that, and then I think at that time, I literally must have just been bored or whatever. I was on YouTube and I was doing something. I was like, let me just see what I go on in Japanese pop. And then somebody must have put that into the playlist somewhere.
Yeah.
I was like, rotted, who's this you? And then fucking research, obviously GD, boom, 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 boom. You get me? So, that was the first thing that really made me realise Korea was on stuff. But I'd say as well, before that, you've got sick bits of cinema, like flipping Old Boy, flipping, Itchy the Killer, like certain ill stuff. So, man's always known that Korea was on stuff in terms of entertainment, but that was the first time musically it really grasped my attention. And then moving into the rap thing, I'm not even really sure that there was like a mad definitive moment. Maybe like the Highlight guys, before even a little bit before like the whole Iggy Martin came, when you had like the Orca tapes and that with Occasion and them, man. Thought that was live. Paolo Water, but it was probably like Highlight was the first label that man kind of.
Okay. So around roughly like how many years would you say that you've been like more aware and more of a fan of everything?
I'll probably say 4 years.
Right, so now on to something a bit more sensitive. So we can both openly say that we probably find Korean musicians, actors, actresses somewhat attractive.
Right. Yeah.
So how thin do you think the line is between admiration for these people and fetishism?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, that's kind of a difficult one, because I would probably say, yeah, I agree with you. Of course, there are there individuals who are entertainers and who are Korean, which I find very attractive. Yes, but there's also a lot of people who, and neither of those who I find very attractive.
Yeah.
And there are people who are Korean and entertainers who I don't find attractive.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's for me, it's a matter of, if you are like becoming attracted and drawn to people on because of like kind of who they are and how they look, like, that's cool. But I think once it starts to veer into the line of the only thing that you see about somebody is their ethnicity, then I think it's all a bit fucked. Because like I say, right, think of it like this: whether I'm like a racist and I'm like, when I see somebody, I'm just gonna be real, I'm just gonna say it. Like, if I'm a racist and all that I see when I see somebody is their skin color, or if I'm fetishizing and all that I see is their skin color, I'm still only assessing that person for their ethnicity.
You're making a conscious choice to only find one type of person attractive.
Like, that's a bit like
oh no, he's not Korean or she's not Korean.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not here to like police anybody's preference and or to say that like, yo, we're all people of the world, like, fall in love with whoever you want. But I just don't think that it's a constructive way to look at other human beings by sheerly assessing people. For that being said, there are some hella fine Korean women. There are hella fine Korean women in the world, and I think naturally, where like aesthetics and beauty is a really important part of Korean culture, I think it's kind of normal to find some people attractive.
And
man.
Obviously, as you become more interested, say for the beginning from you become interested in something, and naturally you're going to become more interested in them as a people anyway, at least from the beginning. But when it's a conscious decision of, I only want to date someone Korean, I only find Koreans attractive, when you're making it a conscious thing. Yeah,
and what I would try to say, even like when we have a look at them as a people, like for example, they're like, okay, when we're saying interested in them as a people, because somebody could quite similarly go, okay, I'm attracted to like this Korean singer, so now I only want to date guys who are singers. Why does the emphasis of what kind of person you are have to go on to ethnicity? Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't have to be that. Like, I just feel that we as human beings need to just look at each other as just people. So yeah, no, I do think it's a thin line. And I think as well, we should all remember that, like, yo, because you watch K-drama and because you like K-pop, please don't think that you understand everything about Korean society. Like, you can even speak Korean if you want. Like, you're still like, you will never understand. It's an entire culture which has come from like thousands of years. Like, it's not something that you can quickly just attack. Like, say, like, I know this, I know that. Knowledge doesn't mean anything. Like, you're not Korean. You weren't born there, you never will be, just by researching and watching, and you'll never fully understand. Yeah, you'll never, and me included. Like, yo, this is shit that I wrestle with myself. Like, as someone who's really passionate about the culture, it's always just about being really respectful of the culture as a whole, and just kind of being there to cover and to be excited about the music. But the whole fetishism thing's kind of, I don't really rate it. And I think as well, based on also bear in mind that I'm actually, like, my family's Jamaican or whatever, so I'm used to being on the other side of that. And I'm just saying, like, as a guy who you'll find yourself in situations where they'll be like, "Ooh, you're Jamaican," and like they're on you. Like, don't get me wrong, we're men. We will take advantage of the situation. But just to know that you're being targeted just because of your skin colour. It's a bit lame. Which leads me on to my next question. Have you ever had any interesting or unexpected experiences, particularly with fans of Lex's Asian rap world, or upon your visit to Seoul? Because I was doing a bit of research and I can see that you visited late last year. Yeah. I don't know, late 2015. Yeah. But like, no, do you know, I've had a few like weird little things. Like, probably the craziest thing I ever saw with fans point blank was when actually we were with Giddy Boy, and flipping, they must have sent him out into like the main bit of the venue without enough security. So basically, we're gonna go with him. We're about to go do an interview with him. Like, cool, bro. Fans have all gone a bit mad and flipping. They've just backed man up in a corner, yeah. And like literally, me and my camera guy had to like wrap our arms around Giddy Boy and like move him through the crowd just to get him to the spot we need to go do the interview. And like, I mean, he was really cool about it. He was really cool, you know. He's
used to it.
He's kind of used to it, but I still think on the sly it was a lot.
Yeah, it
was a lot.
Maybe he didn't expect it, especially from being in London. I don't think they're really, not all of them are really aware of how big they are, especially with the smaller artists. Yeah.
I think that's like I think he was just a bit shocked.
Yeah.
But that was probably the craziest thing I saw. Then the person, I mean, man, I don't really get that kind of crazy fan girl attention, and I'm quite grateful for that long. I hope that never happens.
So how about when you went to Seoul? What was that experience like as a black male?
Yeah.
And as a British black male?
To be honest with you, people were chill. Like, if anything, do you know what? Real talk, yeah. It was easier for me to get a taxi. Mm-hmm. Like by myself, like in Seoul, than it ever was in London. Like I could not flag down a taxi in London. Like as a son of black male, like even, do you know, even in my hometown, even in my home neighborhood, they're not really on that.
Yeah.
But in Seoul, I could just flag down a taxi at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's cold. I got my hood up. He's like, yeah, cool. Like, cool, bro. Where do you want to go? Like, calm. So no, man. I thought Seoul was alright in that respect. I think that everyone can kind of gas you up into thinking, I think, I'm just going to be real now and talk to like my people of colour in it and say, you can sometimes think that like you read a lot of stuff on the internet, but you know, you might go to Seoul and think, right, I'm going to have all kind of weird experiences. But in truth, I'm not trying to undermine certain challenges, struggles people go through, but people are just not dicks, isn't it? Generally, people aren't dicks. People were cool, man. It wasn't really a thing. If anything, the only biggest thing, people just assumed I was American.
Yeah, of course.
And big up all my Americans, but I don't really want to be mistaken for man, innit?
And I think probably with people in their like 20s, 30s, those kind of ages, they're more aware of, you know, the Western world. It's more so like the elderly people who'd be shocked to see you in their city in Asia.
No, do you know what was quite cool actually? I did have quite a cool story. One day when I was in we were in Busan and I was on the way to the last date of the Show Me the Money concert, and I was just sitting there, whatever, and I had at the time, I think maybe the heat or something, I'd got like some weird rash on like my lower arm, and so I was sitting on the train and whatever, and I had a t-shirt on, and this elderly woman, she looked at my arm, like I swear I've never, like I don't know this woman for nothing, yeah. She's just lifted up my arm, was looking at it, like rubbed it, and then she like blatantly told me, I was like, oh, you need to go get that fixed in a really cute motherly way.
Oh, that's really sweet.
To be honest, man, Seoul's lit. Aside from like any negative shit, like Seoul's just an absolutely ill city, and as soon as you get there, yeah, you look up, you see the skyscrapers and that, and you think, how the heck is this not a more like famous city?
Yeah,
it's insane. Like it's really a hidden gem of the developed world.
It's true. They say, well, not just Seoul, but they say Korea in general. Korea, Asia's hidden secret, or no, best kept secret. I saw it on a t-shirt actually when I was in Seoul last year, 2016. Yeah, and it actually truly is. It is like, until you go there, it is an amazing place.
It's popping,
and
like
you need to just go out there for yourself and experience it
and see and make up your own mind. Yeah, man. I think just the other thing I was gonna say is that, and I mean this, I'm just gonna say like, big up all my KHH fans in it, because I like to think generally, and I'm gonna probably get backlash for this, we seem a little bit more mature and grounded than your general K-pop fans. You get me? 100%. Like K-hip hop fans, we're fucking cooler. Like, do you know what? I said it once, like as a tweet. The difference is like if a K hip hop artist gets in trouble. No, okay. I'll break it down to you like this. If a K-pop artist gets in some kind of legal trouble or scandal, like all of like the K-pop fans are like, Oppa, how can they say this about you? This isn't true.
He
Didn't
doesn't
do
smoke
it.
cigarettes. He doesn't have sex.
Yeah,
no,
you
it's not
didn't
true.
do any of this.
No.
Whereas like with us, when Korean hip hop artists get in trouble, it's like, oh fam, why'd you get caught though, man? Come on, G, you gotta move. Come on, bruv. Like, we don't care. Like, I think that's one. And what I was gonna say is that I think the K-pop fans literally go out to Korea sometimes expecting to be living in flipping Descendants of the Sun or something. Like, they don't have no grasp on reality. The only way that their flipping expectations of what Korea is like would be met is if they were in the KBS studio during their whole stay. Because K-pop fans were not really like that. And what I would say is that, so generally when you go to Korea, realize that you are not visiting K-pop land. You're actually visiting a really rich, beautiful, exciting, diverse country.
It's rich with so much history and culture. That's the thing that...
No, I mean, yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Yeah, I genuinely think, don't get me wrong though, I would say K-pop is absolutely amazing and it's a gateway for a lot of people to Korean culture. So I'm definitely not trying to talk down or trying to dismiss K-pop or its fans. I just think that it shouldn't block you from seeing what else the culture and country has to offer. It shouldn't be a barrier. And I think as long as it's not that, I mean, dope, man. Go. You get me? Do your thing, innit? Love what you want to love.
Okay.
Personally, I'm just throwing there. I'm a Red Velvet fan, innit? Personally, man's a big Red Velvet fan out here.
I don't do girl groups. Actually, I liked 21 and that was it. And Blackpink, I'm starting to like.
Blackpink, because do you know what? Yeah, for a minute, yeah, Blackpink, I kind of was like, I don't really know if I see this, but slowly.
Yeah, I was totally against them. I was like, are they 21's replacement? How come? Why'd you do this? You know, that the K-pop fan came out of me. And when I was in Seoul in 2016, everywhere I went, Blackpink in your area, and I was just like, oh, everywhere. So I was like, oh, they're not even good, blah, 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 blah. But then slowly I'm like, do you know what? They're good at what they do. And for rookies, their stage presence is amazing. Like, they seem seem very confident. But yeah, I don't do girl groups, but Blackpink and 21, that's about it.
I got 7 as well. Got 7 are hard. Got 7 are fucking hard.
So you took my recommendations and you've been listening to Got 7.
I've been listening to Got 7 from time.
Really?
Listen, man's been listening to Got 7 since girls, they love me. I've been banging them tunes from time.
No, you know what? I cannot. I'm one of the biggest Got 7 fans. I hold it down, but I am. Okay, but no one can deny Got 7 did their thing in 2016, and right now, like, it's a month or so before they come back. Like, they're just killing it. Like, ugh. Anyway. Off topic.
It's okay because I go off topic sometimes. Yeah. It's nice.
So is there anyone at the moment, so you said Got 7, Red Velvet, in terms of K-hip hop, K-pop, even Korean indie, like I listen to an indie band, like is there anyone that you're listening to, any favourite songs at the minute?
Flipping, do you know what? The new tune by Blue Better, that's kind of hard, that just dropped, that's quite sick. Obviously... San E's album slightly surprised me, yeah? I mean, he's got a tune on there, San E's really surprised me. He's got a tune there with Esna from Adedang called I'm Lost, and that song proper surprised me. That's sick. Of course, always listening to Bay Cheetah. But no, I'm kind of interested as well, like I think everyone is, to kind of see what happens around the Illionaire camp with the kind of sub-labels with Ambition Music and that. Kind of want to see how Super B and those guys flourish. And of course PH1. PH1's doing very well at the moment, you get me. He's hard, so I'd say PH1 as well is doing a lot. But do you know what I will say, interestingly enough, as I will say, highlight, I kind of feel as if G2 is starting to do quite well as well at the moment, and I'm kind of grateful for everything that happened with G2. G2 of recent has been releasing some really big tracks. Gone for a bit, Key Fate's gone. Yeah. Like, I feel as if there was a bit of a gap, and I was a bit worried about their kind of prominence as one of the foundation labels. But with G2 really stepping up, You know, he dropped like the hymn 2 days ago, and then he just dropped that new thing, Bang, with like Dummy in it. And yeah, man, his shit's actually popping off, and it's really good because I do feel that I have so much respect for them, and I think they're so important for the evolution of Korean hip hop that I think it would only be honourable and right that they keep that strong position. And Paolo Auto is a blessed guy as well. You get me, man? Have a chance to talk to him and that. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, man. He's a nice guy, man.
Wow.
Very chill guy. So yeah, that's really it. I was saying the other thing I have to add as well is, of course Korean hip hop is hard, but I'd say also don't sleep on China. Like I'm saying now, yeah, China is going to be the next wave. Like I'm putting that out there now, because I would say, because if you go back to back in the day, like if you go back to fucking 90s, yeah, everything that was considered cool that was like from East Asia was like Japanese.
Yeah. Like
everything. And then slowly, you know, they kind of dropped the ball, and Korea have just ran it, and you know what I mean, they kind of dominate in that. But I think naturally everything goes in loops, right?
Yeah, so their time is next. China's next.
When China come through, yeah, it is going to be like you can already see the shows of potential there. When you have a look at like EXO, the original lineup, and China's on stuff, bro. It like, so nah, with that. And in terms of rap, when you got like Chengdu rap, you got like Lexi Lu with that Coco made me do it, Coco made me do it.
Yeah.
Rah, rah, rah. Taiwan, like obviously they're officially Chinese.
Yeah.
But Taiwan specifically has got hard stuff coming out of it. I don't know what's happening in Taiwan, yeah? Hard.
You need to show me some of this stuff.
Hard. Yeah, but nah, man, that's all I can really say. I just want to say, you know what, yeah, to everyone who's followed us, who's been part of the journey, flipping, to all the artists who I've interviewed, to all the promoters who've supported us, to anyone who's ever done any kind of collaboration with us on your site or your platform, thank you, innit? This has been a really ill journey so far, and just to the friends and really incredible people that I've met, I've met some amazing people, and I've met some people who I'm gonna be friends with for life.
That's what this community does. Like, well, this interest, it just, you know, you meet so many different types of people, form so many good friendships, you know, open so many doors. Like, that's the great thing about it. That's what I'd say. What do you think causes some fans to allow K-pop to take over their lives, like in terms of becoming the be-all and end-all, like specifically with people, you know, living a more interesting life online rather than with people around them?
Right. Okay, there's a lot in that question. So I would probably say, firstly, the whole issue with people living lives a lot online is not exclusively to our community.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's just something which is increasingly an issue, especially with younger people. I'm not going to bait on my age out here, but man's not 16. You get me? So I had the advantage of when I was growing up, maybe... It
was a bit new. The internet was new. Both of us, it was newish. So
the internet was new-ish. You get me? Like, don't get me wrong. Man was still there peeling off an Napster and getting my free tunes. But social... And there was MySpace. It's not that stuff was not there.
It wasn't as advanced.
It wasn't as endemic in the culture. It wasn't as embedded in the culture as what it is for this generation. So I would say, why K-pop? It's because K-pop is beautiful. Like, it is, man. Like, the end products of K-pop they're astounding. Like, I believe that if you was to take an alien from space and be like, if I had 3.5 minutes to convince them why not to blow our whole planet up,
show them a K-pop video.
I would clap them a K-pop video. They'd be like, rah. Do you see what I'm saying? So
there's nothing like it, especially in the West. Like,
no,
boy bands and, you know, girl groups that died out in like mid 90s, early 2000s. Like, that died, and it seems like Korea just, I don't know what they did. They held on to it and they ran with it. You know,
and they've improved it. They've made it way better. And I think that what that does in terms of for people making it their be all and end all, I think that naturally people who are drawn, not necessarily to K-pop, but people who are drawn to become obsessive about things. Yeah.
Impulsive personality.
People who already got stuff going on. It's like that old Eminem song, Stan.
Yeah.
Like, it was it Eminem's lyrics, or did this guy fundamentally have issues at the point of him doing it? So it's just, all I would really say to people is, you know, music is dope in terms of finding a great way to explore your feelings and to look at the world through and to give you identity. But I would just always say, you know, please just try to be mindful of keeping that balance and ask yourself, are my feelings coming from a good place? Are my actions coming from a good place? So yeah, man, I think generally K-pop can do that to some people because it just offers such beautiful escapism, beautiful, you know, and I think that we all need escapism. I know that that's one of the things that appealed to me. Like, you know, before I started this whole journey and shit, I'd been through my own flipping mad journey, and one thing that I adored about K-pop is that it just allowed me to forget about all my problems. It allowed me to forget about everything and just escape. And I think that it's like that for a lot of people. It really is. And it offers, as I said, like the sense of community that it offers is...
Definitely, like, especially if you feel that you can't, you know, speak to your family or your friends, like, you know, about certain things, you can just... People obviously feel more comfortable. Like, even, for example, like, a guy speaking to a girl, vice versa, you feel more comfortable and more confident, you know, over text. Something you wouldn't say in person, you know, so that's what it is. It's more comfortable.
Yo, it's true. And even like, I've even found myself in situations on Lex's Asian Rap World where one of my followers she was really freaking out. I think she was just going through a lot of stuff. And now, like, get me, just through that little bit of taking the time to just make sure she was okay, it meant so much to her when she was in that vulnerable place. And it's just like, I would say the internet can be a pretty crazy place, right? But I would say there's a lot of good people who generally care about your best interests. So I would just say to people, in conclusion, you get me, it's fine to love your idols, it's fine to adore them, but remember, man, you got your studies to do, you got your work to do, but your health to look after. Like, you got to think about you. This music thing and you loving this is part of enhancing you and your life experience. Yeah, it should never be to the point where this small section of your life becomes the absolute dominating force that you give everything for.
I agree.
I think it should never flip into that. But yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Lex is not trying to say do not go and meet your favourite stars at the airport.
But just remember that, you know, when they wipe off their BB cream and take off their sparkly outfits, they look like the man, you know, like next door to you. Living their life.
Man, them's normal. And do you know what? Yeah, this is the other thing for K-pop. For a lot of Korean rap fans, like, again, we seem to realize that the people that we love are kind of that they're normal. That it's a persona. I think K-pop fans sometimes lose grasp of the fact that the thing that they've actually fallen in love with is a result of editing, makeup, wardrobe design, and a personality, marketing, probably created. You know, it's slightly like it's been amplified and played with. Like basically the persona that you've fallen in love with is a projection which has been made up by corporations to some extent. Yes. To some extent, you get me. And so I would just kind of try to say, just respect the fact that your idols are people as well, and that they can't always be this walking, talking logo that you want them to be, fam. Like, they're just people, innit? So, no, I'd kind of say that to K-pop fans. Yeah, I'd kind of say that to y'all.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and you've given us a really deep insight into what you think. It's nice to get someone else's perspective as well, someone who's kind of, you know, looking on the outside from behind, you know, the scenes as well.
Yeah, no, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. And yeah, again, big up everyone, big up for being part of the journey. Stay locked on to Insoluble
Law, Lex's Asian Rap World.
Of course, yeah, you know what it is, man. Come check man at Lex's Asian Rap no Sekai, aka Lex's Asian Rap World. Lock off.